Hello everybody, and welcome to the first video in a series I'll be working on this week. I've got this John Deere 26G here on rent for a whole week. We're going to be doing some projects with it, making some videos about it. As you can see, I brought it to my house today and my dad hopped on it and started cleaning up this flower bed over here before I could even get out here with the camera. So he's working on that right now, but what we've got to do today, we've got to get this oak stump out of here. We've got to take down this tree house. It's been taken over by the squirrels and the carpenter bees, so it's got to go. We're gonna back a trailer through that gate over there and load it all up and get it out of here, but let's watch Dad run the machine for a little bit. Yeah, Dad always gets mad at me whenever I rent an excavator for a project and he doesn't get to come run it. And I guess this time he wasn't asking. He just hopped right on here and started cleaning out this flower bed for Mom. We'll probably have another video coming up soon, getting this pine straw or mulch, whatever we end up doing, and cleaned up. But right now there's a whole bunch of brush and poison ivy. As you can see, we're getting it all pulled up and piled up over here. Dad keeps hitting the horn when he tries to use the thumb. I don't know what that's about. Now he's reaching over the fence. That's going on YouTube. You having fun?
miss it.
Miss it?
I miss it.
Dad used to have a land clearing business. He had a big Kubota 080, a lot more powerful than this little thing. So anytime I have an excavator, he takes a chance to steal it.
I'm getting on it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get the tripod set up. We'll get this stump out of here, and we'll see who YouTube thinks is the better operator.
Oh, I know who that's going to be.
So this was my first time doing a stump removal with an excavator this small. I had done it with bigger excavators before, but this is only a 2.5 ton Mini, which that's what the model number implies. It's a John Deere 26G. It actually weighs about 5,800 pounds, but it really struggled with the breakout force on trying to get some of the roots out of this stump. And what you'll see me do at first is kind of try to just curl the bucket up under the roots and pop them out. And that just wasn't working, even as rotten as this stump was with this little machine. And you can see here what I ended up doing was kind of a combination of chopping them from the top and then just kind of chipping away at the top of them and scraping away chunk by chunk until I got it all pulled out. But I had to do a lot of chopping at the back because you can see there's the plastic edging in the flower bed there. And then on the other side of that was an irrigation line, so I wanted to make sure that all of the roots on that side of the stump were broken up before I tried to pull the stump up, so I didn't take anything unwanted with me. So the oak tree that this stump was from actually died due to a disease brought in during Hurricane Florence, I believe it was, or it may have even been Matthew. So this tree stump has been sitting here just rotting for several years now, and even with it being that rotten, you can see some of those roots are picking the machine up. I would hate to have seen what it would have taken to get a stump this size out with a machine this small if it had been in better shape and it hadn't been so rotten. I probably would have had to dig up a lot more of the flower bed. And the stump is out. Altogether, with the time it took me to dig the stump up, pull out all the little roots and all that, and backfill it, it took about 25 minutes, which isn't too bad, but I definitely could have done it a lot faster if I'd had a little more experience doing that kind of thing. But yeah, not bad for a big stump and a little machine. Hopefully I'll be able to do it a little faster next time. But that is the reason that all this footage is sped up, because I did not think anybody would want to sit there for 25 minutes and watch me dig a stump out of the ground. Alright, well, we got the stump out. Still a little bit of a low spot in the front, which when you pull that much of a stump out, it's kind of to be expected that you're going to need a little extra dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this extra pile that's back here and kind of shuttle it over to here. An excavator is definitely not the ideal tool for shuttling material, but it's all we got here today other than shovels and wheelbarrows, and I don't like shovels and wheelbarrows, so I'm gonna set you guys up over here and we'll get to moving this pile. Alright, well, that'll do for now. That is definitely not finished product, but there's no point putting a finish on it right now, because what I'm going to do now is back my trailer up right here, and we're going to load out that brush pile over there. We got a little more brush in the back corner to clean out, and then for the fun part, we're going to take down that tree house and load it on the trailer. I want to load that first because I don't know for sure. Well, I'll probably load the brush pile first because it's lighter. And then I'll load the tree house because I don't know if I'll be able to get everything on one load, but I can put some of these bigger chunks on the trailer that I'm hauling the machine with if need be. So we're gonna load out that brush pile, finish cleaning that corner, and then this tree house is coming down. Well, we have some minor damage to that flower bed over there, and that did require a little more hand maneuvering than I was planning on. But it's here. Let's get it loaded up. Alright, well I pulled everything out and dressed this area up as best I could with the excavator. Definitely going to need to get in here and do a lot of hand pulling and hand raking. This is not a finished product. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that today or when we actually make this a flower bed again. We'll see what the time allows, but it's time for this treehouse to come down now. I want the treehouse to go over there, so I'm going to try, if I can, to push it that way from there, because I really don't want to pull it towards me with the machine, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna go that way. Okay. If it starts to fall. I just want you to kind of put your bucket under here somewhere. I just need a delay.
So you can kind of see here the start of really the only problem we had with this project other than getting the trailer into the backyard itself. And that was just how much room all this stuff took up. I was not planning on cleaning out that flower bed while I was here, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's my house, and I get to live there rent-free. But I wasn't expecting to have that amount of debris, and we kind of started to realize at this point that the entire tree house on top of all that debris was not quite going to fit into this trailer. So we had to do a little bit of rearranging on it, and even then we weren't quite able to squeeze everything on. Well, the 6x12 here is absolutely loaded to the max, and we still have quite a bit of trash to clean up. This should be easy enough to pick up by hand. We'll just throw it in the bed of my dad's truck. So I'm gonna strap this down. We'll get his truck back here, load everything up by hand. The stump can go on the trailer with the excavator, and then we'll clean up back here. All right, well, that is it for the excavator for today. We got everything dressed up and cleaned up. I think it all looks pretty good. There's a little bit of styrofoam flakes left in it. I blew as many of them out with a leaf blower, but I mean, they're just going to be there for a while. It is what it is. Left a little bit of spoils up here around this tree. We're going to eventually build up a raised bed here, probably at the same time we clean up that bed over there. But as you can see, treehouse is gone, the stump is gone. We got this all dressed up. This right here just needs to go in a truck because I loaded the trailer and no more room on it. So we'll either throw that in the bed of my truck or my dad's truck in the morning. But yeah, this is what we got, and I think it turned out pretty good. Stay tuned. I don't know for sure if there'll be YouTube videos of doing the bed work here, because we got to put beds in over there. We got to fix this bed up, and we got to redo that bed, obviously. But if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, there'll definitely be pictures of that up on there. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one.